We are recording now for tonight's Metaphysical Mystics class, uh, visiting the lower earth or lower world, the inner earth. So today we're going to talk a lot about, we're going to go into meditation, and we're going to, I don't know, I think, am I doing that? I'm like echoing back anyway. Oh, it might be you, Jennifer.
Sorry. I think I have headphones. I'll put them in.
Okay, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just let me know when you're ready, and we can continue.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to call the invocation for the sacred space to open up that portal, and we're just going to free flow and kind of do it. And I'm going to guide you, so it should be a little bit easier. You being me, you one-on-one is good, or when there's two people or three, we have three. So it should be enough, but it is better with others. But sometimes it's good to just have one or two. But so we'll go with whatever we have tonight. But I'm glad you're here. You're here for a reason, and I think that it's going to be a lot more profound than maybe we realize right at first. But this is really what's important about this, is that we're healing. This will be an aspect very symbolic, but very real at the same time. So they kind of play together at the same time. That's why, it's always been kind of a mystery to me, because I can view things, but sometimes I'm viewing them in another or a higher dimension or a lower dimension, which is kind of what we're doing. But I also feel like they're on this plane of existence as well. But we are entering the lower world, so nothing to be afraid of.
I'm so excited.
It's not, it is what we call, what people would call hell, or Christians would call hell.
Okay.
But it's a paradise. It's actually
a little different. I'm more open to stuff.
There's different layers down there too, because there's places where it's really hot and people are kind of lost, but they're just souls that haven't developed enough to really incarnate up into the Middle Earth, which is where we are.
Yeah.
So as long as we have a good understanding of what we're seeing, not be afraid of the beings that we may see or encounter, we're going to be fine. Don't let it shock you. We're going to be doing some breathing exercises that might make you a little lightheaded or disoriented. So just prepare for that, or just know that that's coming. So we're going to start with the invocation.
Okay. I'm trying to turn my headphones on, but you can do your thing.
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Okay.
Sorry, these are painful. I have other ones.
Opening the sacred space, south, to the winds of the south. Great serpent, wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed the past the way you shed your skin. To walk softly on earth, teach us the beauty way. To the west, to the winds of the west, Mother Jaguar, protect our medicine space. Teach us the way of peace, to live impeccably. Show us the way beyond death. Show us the way beyond and through our shadow. North, to the winds of the north, hummingbird, grandmothers and grandfathers, ancient ones, ancestors. Come and warm your hands by our fires. Whisper to us in the wind, we honor you. We honor who have come before us. And you who will come after us, our children's children. East, to the winds of the east, the great eagle, Condor. Come to us from the place of the rising sun. Keep us under your wing. Show us the mountains we only dare to dream of. Teach us to fly wing to wing with the Great Spirit. As we are going to enter today, Mother Earth, we've gathered for the healing of all of your children, the stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the creepy crawlers, the finned, the furred, and the winged ones, all our relations. And finally, to Father, Son, Grandmother Moon, to the star people, the star nations, our star brothers and sisters, Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names. You who are, sorry, I'm lost my place there. You who are known by 1,000 names, and you who are unnameable one, the unnameable one. Thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to sing the song of life. All right. Aho. And so it is. Let the gateway be open, gatekeeper. Please allow us into the inner earth. Allow us to see, allow us to feel, and guide me to guide them through this journey that we will be embarking on tonight. This is within the mind. This is within the soul. This is our truth. The way we see it, the way we feel it. All right. Aho, good opening. All right, we're gonna getting it all open. I can feel the energy already. So if you guys want to grab your crystals, whatever you feel like you want to take with you to inner earth, Agartha, Shambhala, different places within the middle of that of the earth. But what we are going here for is to heal and to gain information or insight into our lives and the lives that we could be helping. So, mainly usually it's just looking at things in a different perspective. So to start here, I want everybody to start to breathe, and I want, if I can explain this properly. So a deep breath, but don't do it too fast and too heavy. So it's a slow, deep breath. I want you to count off for 7 seconds. Once you get yourself comfortable, I want you to look down and just focus on a spot below you. Wherever that is, wherever you're sitting or if you're kneeling or wherever you're at. If you can focus on the floor or a spot on the floor. If you're outside, a spot on the ground. You're laying down, a spot. Well, it's more going down though. But we can still do it laying down, yes. We just focus on going down. So first, I want you to inhale for 7 seconds. So slow, drawn out breathing in. Hold it for 7 seconds. And release until you can't release anymore. So 7, 7, 7. Just want you to get yourself in a nice, comfortable spot and get our consciousness to that different vibration. This may cause some lightheadedness. You have to stop for a second and just catch your breath. Go for it. Continue to breathe that way. This is called the little death meditation, little death breathing exercise, because we're breaching that place. We're peering through walking through that veil. To do that, we do have to kind of have a small death. We come back, we resurrect. And I just want you to just sink with every breath, every exhale, a little bit more comfortable, more relaxed. Just let go of any fear, any block. Be open to that new energy. Start to feel that. Feel that pull from the center of the earth, from the center of the mother, from the seed, where creation starts on this planet. As we breathe deeply and slowly, 7 seconds. Hold it for 7 seconds. And release until we can't release anymore. I just want you to imagine a golden field of barley or wheat, glistening, soft, soft ground, barefoot, just a feeling of general well-being, just sunniness. We have our feet planted deeply in the earth, deeply connected. Visualize a trail in front of you. The trail that just continues to go toward the sun. One big oak tree standing out in the middle of that barley field. Follow that trail, continue to walk. As we walk up into the distance, we walk down the road a little bit. See the woods out in the distance. Trail leading to the woods. Continue to breathe, 7 seconds in. Hold it 7 seconds. And release for 7 seconds. As we're on this trail, we're in this barley field, looking out into the forest in the distance. Start to see images or others coming toward us. We can't make out who it is. Walking toward us, animals, guides, those who are here to help us on this journey. I want you to focus in and visualize on your spirit animal that's coming up next to you. Continue to do that breathing. Connect with that spirit animal. They are here to help you. They are here to guide you. They are here to protect you. Some may have two-legged guides, family members or ancient ones that have passed on. Some that may not seem familiar, or you may not know in this lifetime, but seem very familiar. Y'all connecting to your animals and your guides. Okay. Tell you right now, Callie is right there. But I have a lioness with me. That's what I'm seeing. Never seen that one before. So what appears to be like an old Apache chief, or not chief, but medicine man. You just focus on their energy. Now we're going to continue down the road, walk into that forest. Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. So we feel we're starting to float a little bit. As we walk into that forest, it's dark at first, but then there's a clearing and it opens up. There's a corridor, looks similar to the one that I've got up here on the screen. So as we enter that corridor, continuing to breathe, keep our vibration high as we descend. Lower and lower and lower. Descending even further into the center of this planet. There's this dark cavern. Visualize a light coming up. Slowly just floating down to that light. Continuing to breathe slowly. As that light is almost blinding at first, our eyes adjust. As I look around, I see a green field to the left with a pretty big lake or pond of some kind that seems very like a baby blue color. If you do have a guide down here that's coming up to you from the inner earth, that's a good thing. Don't be afraid of them. If you're seeing another being here, you're feeling another being or hearing another being, go ahead and explain what y'all are seeing. How about you, Jennifer? Is anybody seeing anything or feeling something yet, honey?
Somebody just popped out of the water.
Somebody came out of the water?
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more? Can you see any more of what you're
So I feel like this is just my imagination. I don't really think this is real. Or it could be a projection of what's really there.
So you're not sure. This is a visualization, so it's okay to be a little crazy in the head right now. This is what we're doing.
So I saw a tall woman in one of those older, like those long night dresses like the women used to wear back in like the 40s and 50s. And she had blue eyes and she was really, really pale, like she had been drowned or something.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know, that's weird.
Well, you're connecting to the guide. Usually you are connected to a guide in Inner Earth. When you go here, I always have a reptilian like looking guy. That's we usually get the same one, or I get like somebody that is kind of pale and has long white hair. It's a man.
Oh, that's cool.
So just take a minute to look around. I am seeing off in the distance to the right, so on the left, I'm seeing that blue lake. Also, it's like a pond. It's not. It's like a big pond. I wouldn't quite call it a lake, but I'm seeing trees. Seeing a lot of quartz crystal, like the clear stuff everywhere. Like right up on the beaches as the rocks would be, I see a lot of quartz. I'm being pulled to show you something. Show you all something. Like, so look to your right from where you're at right now. Do you see that white crystal building? Looks like a building or a temple of some kind. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's out in the distance quite a ways. Like I'd probably say about 2 miles away.
Yeah.
It seems to be shooting a beam of light up. Or it's the beam of light's coming down. I can't tell. I think it's kind of going both ways.
Yeah.
So let's walk down there and investigate. We're in the spirit world, so we can actually go there very quickly. Silly. Like I see a sign that says the rules are there are no rules. And that's the hardest thing for people to understand here is yes, there's rules, but really we put too many of those things on ourselves without anybody doing it for us. Pretty deep message there. It seems to be like round, like it's, as I'm seeing it, I see a round structure. So it's circular. It looks like it kind of comes up to a point, almost like a pyramid, but it's not quite a pyramid. It's like it's kind of inverted. So it's like how do I explain that? More like a volcano, or you know what I mean? Like not a volcano. That's not good. That's not a good example. Uh, it's like two curved half circles. It's coming up into like how do I explain that? It's similar to a pyramid, but it looks like it's tapering off into like an antenna of some kind. And it seems to be all like crystal. But it looks like you could. There's different levels. So, like, there's a hallway that goes all the way around it, the outside part of it, and then you go into the next corridor. Like, you'll go in deeper, and then there's a hallway that goes all the way around. I feel like there's offices or something, or places where people do kind of work or something inside there. It feels like there are people inside of that place, either controlling it or working it or what. I'm seeing tall whites or white, those beings I was telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. They're not really paying attention to me. That seems to be doing. They seem to be doing a lot of other things. It seems like it's drawing power from a sun or solar source from the inside of the earth, like the earth, like a tiny sun. Trying to pick up on things. They keep verting me back to the building. In the middle of the building, there's a pretty big opening. So it's like, if I had to look, I'd say 400 yards across, like 400 yards in diameter, the center of it. Seems to be a pool in the middle, like a pool of water in the middle. I'm not sure what that is, but that seems to be the same place that the light is coming out, beaming from the top of that antenna looking thing or pyramid structure that we're in right now, or at least I'm in.
Okay.
It does seem to be kind of like funny though. Like I feel like you don't want to disappoint. Like it's not as much like shame or guilt. It's more about like, am I worthy to be here? Right? Like that's how I kind of feel.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm around higher ascended beings. Yes, please share if anybody else is picking up on anything. Jennifer, Sheila. This building seems to
Sheila
have
here still?
What's that?
Is Sheila here still?
I think so. Sheila, you're here, right?
I'm here.
Yep. What are you picking up on? Any scents, any smells, any knowing or anything that's coming through, Sheila?
No, when you were walking through the field, I could smell the sunshine.
You could smell the sunshine. That's awesome. This place seems to be a little bit like, at least where we're at, it seems like farmland, but highly like it's like I would say like I would relate it to like Vietnam style, like where we're at. Like how Vietnam is, their vegetation. That's what it feels like. Like I see tree forests with pine trees. It's kind of a mishmash of everything, but I see it more being like in the region of there seems to be mountains out in the distance with snow on the peaks. Everything seems to kind of run together. I don't know how to explain that. Like it's different. We would be disoriented if we went here as our humans. We would be disoriented here. It wouldn't. I mean, it'd take us a minute to get acclimated, but I feel like we would. But it would take some time to get your sea legs in this spot. Huh. okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up. Strange. This building, there's 4 of them in here. That's what I'm being told. There's 4 of them in this spot, in this place. They are energy. They're for energy. They're to keep machines running, but they seem like 0 points. So it doesn't seems like you can just wirelessly tap into the energy. Is what I'm, to my understanding. And I'm getting the smell of, like, when you melt butter. That's what I'm smelling. It smells like melted butter. There seems to be a sage smell. I mean, I'm seeing other people like camping, like they feel like they have encampments in the mountain area. If I'm looking there, I'm kind of looking at 3 different places. I probably should focus on one, but that's kind of what I'm being shown. They use water and the sunlight and magnify them together. That's kind of how they're, like, I'm being shown how they're explaining how to do it. I have no idea, but it seems to be water and light at the same time harnessed together, create this energy. You only need a pool of water. I'm not sure what that is. And that pool of water seems to have something below it. I'm going to try to look a little deeper here. So there's like generators of some kind, or some kind of place to store energy down below it, I think. Or I don't know if it's storing it. It's maybe just like passing through it. Yeah, it's going down and then it's storing it and coming back up. So like, as much as the light is harnessed or kind of shooting down into that building or that antenna, it's actually coming back up too. They've got it on like a certain frequency, because I'm hearing like do. It's hard to, I can't make the sound, but I get what they're trying to tell me. It's like how the frequency of that wave or that beam works. That it can only be held up if it's at a certain frequency. But it looks to me like electricity that's being harnessed from an inner core. It's a weird, like, inverted place. We've been here before in the class, I think, but it's just always weird when I come down here and I'm like, how does this work? How does that even work? There's so many ways to get it here. Physically, I'm being told. There's ways to get here physically. You would just die on the journey if you didn't have the proper equipment, if you didn't have the proper vehicle.
If circumstances.
Yeah, you'd be lost in the caves forever, for days. I'm still seeing, like, I'm looking out, kind of checking everything out, how it works. It's hard to understand. All I can say is it's Earth. It seems to be shaped somewhat like a donut. It's field. So that toroid field's going around, and that's the best ways to get in are the top and the bottom of the donut, right through the donut hole. Huh. Yeah, I'm getting some pretty good information right now. This is where things are seeded. So this is the seed of life here on Earth. For this structure, this being called Earth. This is kind of how things work. They work differently in other places, from what he's explaining to me. But in this solar system, in this star system, this galaxy, a lot of it works very similar to how this works as far as planets go. They're all got a little bit of different. They're all different a little bit, but the ones where people are inhabiting them, he's giving me a lot of information. They have a similar system, similar setup. Just differences in, like, the way they do it, but it's similar. They're still harnessing that same energy. They're harnessing that energy that way. Some are better because their planet offers something else, but so they can utilize it where another planet couldn't utilize this, but utilizes something they can't. It's all very nuanced, but same concept is what I'm being told. I'm seeing clouds, but they look like they're on a wall. It's so weird. It's like warped sky. You guys see any of the sky? Anybody seeing that?
Yeah. There's like a building in the middle, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm seeing the same thing you are. I don't know if I'm doing
Well,
this
just
right.
all you can do is just, you know, you don't have to detail it as much. Just what, to your knowledge, to what your imagination is showing you. That's what you're using.
Okay.
What are you seeing? You seeing the similar
Um,
building or just another type structure?
Yeah, it almost looks like I think I don't know if it's the same thing or not. Mine's a little bit different. I'm getting like different images coming through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we all get some different images. And you may be talking to different people or different beings or seeing different structures.
so I'm seeing you know, this looks really familiar to me. There's like clouds and you know, almost like a pillar building. There's like 4 pillars on the outside
Okay.
and you know,
So like
then there's a
Roman
big one in
style
the
building.
middle. Yeah, yeah. And it's like clear, like you can see through it, like it's almost hidden. And
Okay.
I don't know if I'm seeing the right thing or not.
So it kind of feels like translucent.
Yeah, yeah,
See-through.
yeah. And
Wow. You're doing great. Keep going.
it's like rainbow. It's almost like iridescent, like glowy.
Yes.
And I'm also getting another vision of um, you know, just a green field with a wooden bench, and there's almost like a white church in the background, and there's a cliff in the back with a bunch of water.
Yeah, you're picking them on a certain spot. I do kind of get the
I don't know if
iridescent.
I'm where you guys are or not. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
The rainbows, well, the rainbow seems to be, when you said that, I was like, yeah, like a crystal that makes rainbow. But I do see the kind of invisibility. I'm seeing what you're talking about. Like it kind of phases in and out, but it's there. It's a real solid building. Like it's really there. It's just, yes, it kind of phases in and out.
You have to tap the frequency.
Yeah, this is a certain frequency. So a lot of this, that's where they're getting the power is from crystals. The crystals are working with that beam or that energy that's kind of flowing through everything. Wow.
Oh,
That's
cool.
what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting is
Okay.
the energy is actually flowing through the crystals that they're made of. And if you really like, there's they make all the government buildings, they make those out of crystals. They're what is it, chalcedony?
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. This seems to be like humming, like I can feel like a humming. I don't hear it, but I feel like a humming or a buzzing.
The energy.
The energy, yeah. It's very wispy, like it just seems very almost cartoonish in a way. Very bright colors. Kind of like the picture I left in there. It seems like more bright kind of colors or neon. Like as I was looking at it earlier, I was visiting earlier, and I was like, you know what? Whoever wrote and came up with the story for Avatar, like I feel like that's very similar to where we're at. It may be a little bit more Hollywood, but I feel like it seems very similar. Like it's very savage and very controlled at the same time. I don't know how. I mean, explain that. Like there seem to be people just living their lives, but there are savage creatures there. There are creatures that
There's prey.
they seem more like They don't seem as, yeah, there's prey and predator there. Yes. Kind of like we would live here. Like we are living here. Sheila, anything yet? Picking up any feelings? Any knowing?
I am feeling your buzz that you're feeling, the vibration.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm picking that up. The
good, good.
and I agree.
Good,
The
good.
crystals.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking, these crystals are like, they seem very pure. Like they're white. Some of them are white. Some of them are like glassy looking, but they're very pure. Like not a crack in them, not a blemish. Seems like a lot of it's just crop. They're everywhere. Like the crystals are everywhere. They're utilizing the crystals. They're making buildings out of them. As I look out into the houses, they all look different. Like, you know, you see a house like a subdivision, and all the houses look pretty much the same. Like I see a subdivision or just houses, they seem to all just be more encampments or where they've kind of built their homes, but they're all different. Like they're all different themed. Like they don't match, but that's the cool part about it. Like it just seems kind of kitschy. Wow. All right, now one more thing before we return. I would like everybody to ask personally your guide to give you a message from here. And what is the message? What do you need to know? I feel like I've already gained a lot of information. If they want to give me a message, they can, though. My message was pretty, I don't want to call it lame, but it was pretty general. But the messages as far as the way things work, that was really cool. So have you asked your guides to give you the message or give you a message?
I did. I'm just waiting for it to come through. I don't know why I'm not getting anything yet.
That's okay.
Pay attention and process.
Yeah, pay attention. That's what your message is to pay attention and process. Nice. Pay attention and process. Yeah, my message is more like you can do what you think you want to do. Like, you can do it. Just do it. You don't be afraid. Like, I feel like I was being shown something that helps because you always will. You'll experience one thing or another that even if it's little will kind of trigger. That's what we're here to do. We're here to kind of heal a piece of us that or kind of reclaim a piece of us that we've forgotten about or a piece of knowledge or wisdom. So let it, if you want to continue to be here, it's okay. We have the gates are open. I've already asked for the gates to be open. And let that, if those transmissions still come through, like you may kind of go have a meal or have a smoke or whatever you do to kind of ground yourself. But if you're still getting messages, maybe take a journal and start writing it down, and then we can talk about it next week.
Or as you process the energy, it feels.
Yeah, just even if it's just the energy and what you're just the knowing of something, even if it's just something like smelling the sunshine. That's a pretty big description. Well, thank you very much, Inner Earth, for allowing us to visit. I'm going to call to the south, the winds of the south, the great serpent. Wrap your coils of light around us. Teach us to shed the past the way you shed your skin. To walk softly on earth. Teach us the beauty way. Excuse me. West. To the winds of the west. Mother Jaguar, protect our medicine space. Teach us the way of peace to live impeccably. Show us the way beyond death. To the north, to the winds of the north, hummingbird, grandmothers and grandfathers, ancient ones. Come and warm your hands by our fires. Whisper to us in the wind. We honor you. We honor who have come before us, and you who will come after us, our children's children. East, to the winds of the east, the great eagle, Condor, come to us from the place of the rising sun. Keep us under your wing. Show us the mountains we only dare to dream of. Teach us to fly wing to wing with the Great Spirit. To Mother Earth, gratitude. We have gathered here for the healing of all of our children, your children, the stone people, the plant people, the four-legged, the two-legged, the creepy crawlers, the finned, the furred, and the winged ones, all of our relations. And finally, to the Father, Son, Grandmother Moon, to the star nations, our star brothers and sisters out there on other planets. Great Spirit, you are known by 1,000 names, and you who are unnameable one, the unnameable one. Thank you for bringing us together and allowing us to sing the song of life. Aho, I close this sacred space. Good blessings from Mother Earth and our ancestors and those that dwell within our earth. Our brothers and sisters, Aho. And so it is. Amen.
So
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week.
thank you.
Thank you.
Much love, guys.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
You too,
You're very
guys.
welcome. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Jennifer. Bye-bye.